Soccer and odds and ends, soccer and odds and ends, or soccer and
odds and ends are
River Plate.
Hello everyone, I'm wrecked. A flu is really destroying me, honestly. But I'm going to show up and talk about something that really matters to all of us River fans. I'm going to tell you about it in this video. We started working on it. We began collecting excerpts to focus on Argentine journalists. They were desperate for Mastantuno to leave immediately, insisting that if he doesn't go now, he'll miss his chance to be called up for the World Cup and the Under-20 World Cup. All of this is to distance Mastantuno from River and minimize River's reliance on him. I want to tell you that the damage is already done because that's it, it's done. Have they messed with his head? Let's hope the kid has the calmness to be able to deal with all of this. But while we were working on this video, during yesterday, what happened? All the YouTube channels of Madrid fans, all the YouTube channels of fans of any team in the Spanish League, from other countries, also including France, they made videos about Franco Mastantuno. With him on the cover of this stage of all the newspapers. What's going on? Real Madrid is coming for him, and honestly, it's very hard to fight against that. Let's hope River can keep him. We have bad examples. When Enzo Fernandez stayed, his mind was already there. With Giuliani it was different, but it doesn't work with Diablito. Echeverri also doesn't perform in the end. Here you'll witness everything and how it's received in Madrid. It's common knowledge at this point that Franco Mastantuno is going to end up leaving. When there's smoke, there's fire, right? Well, unfortunately, I think Franco Mastantuno is going to end up leaving. I want to thank everyone who's following us on Kick. We're streaming on Kick too, besides here on YouTube. If you haven't followed us yet, go follow us on Kick. And one more thing. River signed Lautaro Rivero from Central Córdoba Santiago del Estero. The young player has an interesting background. He's going to be one of River's center backs in the Club World Cup, and River is going after Maxi Salas. Is there going to be some trouble there with racing? If River triggers the clause, nothing happens. If you trigger it, don't complain. The Ladagas of life. Let's go to the report.
First the time and then good morning, colleagues.
Yes, we now have some information.
Yes, because we have information that can't wait. Now attention, River fans.
Nope. Attention.
River fans who are watching Franco Mastantuno. How much longer will we see him wearing the River jersey? Well,
I'm told that Real Madrid representatives are already in Buenos Aires to try to finalize Franco's signing this week.
Mastantuono. What matters to Mastantuono, not what matters to River. Tell me.
At River, he will be the leader.
The football leader.
But why you, who always say that in Europe, with a step up in quality, would you be saying because?
We are talking about.
Yeah, you say that Mastantuono is going to Paris Saint-Germain and he gets minutes, like Julian at City.
Isn't that a step up in his career?
Starter, yes. No, he's not a starter, like Julian at City.
Win how much?
20?
Minutes per game, 25 to 30, but to climb.
To climb, yes.
The system doesn't tolerate.
That Mastantuono isn't sold in this transfer window, guys. In this one. Well, let's see how much he plays later in Europe, because after that, at 26, the guy...
Is Mastantuono going to become a free agent?
I'm not saying he's going to become
A free agent later.
We'll come back with the compensation. Of course,
I'm not saying he's going to be a free agent.
Mastantuono, because I think the kid has good manners and the people who advise him and
Who manage him well, really well. But
River comes in there.
and comes in to negotiate.
Against the clock, he doesn't control it anymore.
he goes in to negotiate against the clock.
That's why this is the market. He must sell it now.
Is the market in this market, so...
Third and try to...
scratch so they let you keep it for one more year. For 30 more bonds, he sells it.
And he stays until December.
They would try to close the deal this week and take him to the World Cup, a player who's worth around 50 million euros.
I'm very excited. Franco Mastantuono is nearing a move to Real Madrid, despite previously being close to joining Paris Saint-Germain. However, Madrid got involved in the deal at the last minute this morning. As reported by Ramon Alvarez de Mon, who was the one that mentioned this news this morning, we have another breaking news update. Let's examine and discuss it. But yes, Mastantuono, watch out, because it wasn't such a done deal with Paris Saint-Germain. Is he getting closer to Madrid? I would say to the pibe,
Sorry to interrupt you.
very simple. Do you want
To play in the World Cup.
Want to play in the World Cup? Leave now.
They substituted the gringo. They substituted the gringo. They substituted the gringo.
If this coach
If Escaloni doesn't call up players from Argentine soccer, he just called him up. While being here, of course,
I think that
you understand what
I say, but the same.
By calling Mastantuno while being here, he's pointing out a situation, even though the eye is sharper in Argentina.
They have to break it, according to Mastantuno.
He breaks it enough. What Mastantuno needs is, I think for his time at Benfica,
That they're all at the Lugia World Cup. In the Cup of the Republic of America. He has dual Argentine-Italian nationality.
So he doesn't take up a non-European Union spot. That already
Raises his value to infinity.
It's more important to play a little while at Paris Saint-Germain than to be a starter in the disputed one.
I see it coming.
I predict a good day ahead with Mastantuono on the bench.
Talking about Real. Close it this week, although it's a player who costs 50 million euros. 45, they say 50.
There's much to discuss about Mastantuono. I'll begin with a topic related to the Argentine national team. They tell me that at River they considered Mastantuono's national team call-up was deemed untimely.
at this stage. I told you before.
They were analyzing whether it was better for the player to add him to the national team or let him prepare for the Club World Cup.
Alright, that's maybe focused on the player. I think River feels, with all the rumors and reports from Ecuador, not just rumors, but that time when there was a club that wasn't scared by the clause, while others would ask and thought it was too much, it was Paris Saint-Germain, right? Do you think that with all those rumors going around in Europe, that Mastantuono, with the great year he's having, will he join the Argentine national team, the world champions? It gives him even more, it raises his value, right? If his price is stagnant, it raises it.
Of course, it raises his status as a player. Recently, fewer Argentinians have been around. If you start to look back, I understand that Nico Paz can also
maybe come back for 8 million. After the World Cup that Argentina won, Argentine players became sought after and watched by the big European clubs again.
Really big clubs.
Before the World Cup, the world's top teams faced a critical situation.
For years, Real Madrid favored Brazilians over the few Argentinians in the club.
a lot of good ones, I'm telling you. Calafat, the Spaniard who settled in Brazil, will likely become a meme due to how often he's been mentioned, with all due respect. And
the club's new.
They began at a disadvantage compared to Real Madrid, leading many Brazilians to join Real Madrid recently.
They tried to win this year's cup.
He has a championship and a cup and
under 20 and
under 20.
That's not a small thing. Diego won an under 20.
Messi won
An under 20 for me, no. He should play more than one in the under 20. The
other day.
on television in management, I analyzed the date. I think he's not very close with the
quarters, but
I think he plays. I think that's how it was. He plays the round of 16, goes to the World Cup, and comes back for the quarterfinals.
With a month between the round of 16 and quarterfinals, he can play the round of 16, go to the World Cup, and return for the quarterfinals.
I think he has to go. I think he has to
go.